no longer is thinking about going back to work for anyone. The question is, what type of business now should, I'm going to, for better word, I'm going to call her Mary. What type of business should Mary form? Well, Mary can go either a sole trader route, or Mary can remain unregistered, because remember, there's a lot of business in Jamaica, not only Jamaica, that is unregistered. So you have to figure out at what point in time now you trying something, you're doing a hustle, and you want to now go formal. Because remember, there's a big difference between doing a hustle and doing a formal business. Because the moment you are doing a formal business, you might require other capital that you now need to present your books to a finance person like me. Yeah, you might need to present it to me for a loan or something. So one way or the other, you take it. You need a formal structure. So hustle is what I'm now going to dub on Money Matters the unregistered business. That's all I'm going to say. You can comment, you can Money Mitch. All right, welcome. So we can dispute that, right? The hustle is the person who is running the unregistered business but being successful. That's the hustle. Yeah, man. You do it every day, you get up and you do what you're doing. So we call him that. So we use 5 different business formation, but for the purpose of tonight, we are leaving out the corporation, like the big Grace and Life of Jamaica and those other entities, right? And the Supreme Ventures and those big companies. We're not looking at those. We're looking at the man that is hustling. We call him unregistered business. Then we have the sole trader. We have the partnership. And we have the limited liability company. Those are what we are looking at tonight. And we say, the moment you want to put a business out there, you need to know, am I going to hustle, sole trader, a partnership with someone, or a limited liability company? And for the ease, as I was saying about the lady that used to work with the restaurant, now she's running her own little farm, and she has choices. She can call the farm Mary's Farm, right, as a sole trader. If she want to get funding now from a Michaela or another institution to put in more input, or to get a transportation now to go transport the goods to sell it, right? She have many forms that she can use, right? That's one. She has one child, and remember, every type of business work. So we are looking at 2 things tonight for you persons just joining. We are looking at the necessity of forming a business, pretty much the 4 ways that you can do it right now in Jamaica. Trading as partnership, limited liability, corporation. Forget about the social companies and those, the social, forget about those, right? We're talking about those that you really want to do it for yourself and earn some money, right? And we are also going to look at Grace with the last 10 minutes. So that person, she can either continue to hustle, or she just do a simple trading as. Simple as that. Very easy to put together, very easy documentation, and she go and clear it. Alright? Yeah, Andy. Very clear, right? Then now we look at the other one now where we have, alright, so I met this taxi driver last week. I went to look about my vehicle. In the taxi, it's spare crates. Crate like drink crate, but in those crate is melon, papa, pine, cucumber, tomato, peas, you name it. So I said, you're not running a taxi. Red plate and everything, I say, you're not running a taxi. Ali, you're welcome. Man said, boss, me tell you something. You see, trying to run this taxi business right now, I have the sideman to deal with, I have the police to deal with, I have the increase in gas price, increase in wear and tear. I have everything to deal with. So I said, then how you getting on? Man said, I go to St. Elizabeth twice a week, and I fill up this car with all of these goods, and within 2 days I sell off and I go back. Now I have taximen who say, boy, nothing now going on the road, and them loan is whatever, because nothing now going on the road. But this is an example of entrepreneur. Now, what this taxi man can do when I speak to him now, tomorrow or down the road, is that he can by himself form a sole trader. So it is Johnny trading us because of what he's doing, or he can enter a small business, a limited liability business, because he does not have a loan on that car. So all he needs to do is to form that business and put the car in that business as one of the assets. So right away, the balance sheet for him would blow up, and then now him can go get a loan, probably buy another transportation, or instead of the taxi, probably sell the taxi, yeah, or buy a van now that can carry him more load, because you're talking about he could double or triple the trip and make one trip per week instead of making 2 trips. Just think about it. So he would be earning more in sales, and he would reduce the overhead of more gas, yeah, more wear and tear on the vehicle, yeah. You have to pay a toll twice, yeah. So just think about these things. So when you're an entrepreneur, you know, and you come to Money Matters, this is some of the things that we welcome, guys. These are some of the things that we are looking at. So I am saying that I'm going to have a conversation with him down in this week, but just the mere fact that the person is not sitting down, right? He not sit down, Johnny not sit down and waste time, because him said the load among them earning more than him. Can't make no sense right now. The way out there is competitive, and what he has done. The man pivot or transition to go into country entrepreneurship, that all right. So that person can continue the business as the mindset. Yeah man. So right away, this taxi person now can continue what he is doing. A, either unregistered, B, a sole trader, or C, he can form a limited liability company now, where he can go access funding and get a van now, even a highest panel van, or a good vehicle to carry 3 times the load. Yeah, because him say him have no problem selling. So since that you have no problem selling, what do you do? Because as I said, that car is free. All right. Also, I met, I pronounce her name bad. I think it's Janelle, right? Right. So what happened now is that she used to, yes, so she has a diploma in accounting, and she used to do sales for a company. Again, pandemic hit. Her days, so she canceled. She canceled because I end up bought a sheet set from her, pillowcase, and I bought 2 more things, 2 more items from her, including, some stuff. But what is interesting, is that instead of that person, welcome Claudia, instead of that person sat back and said nothing now go on, right? And she has a vehicle. So, right, she's selling stuff, curtains, sheet set, pillowcase, and interestingly, the vehicle that she has, she rents it out on weekends, because during the week she goes around and drop off and deliver. Now, what advice now do Money Matters family have for her? All right, for her again, because remember we're looking at business formation. For her, I said, my dear, I think you need to register the business, and when you register the business, what you do is probably form a partnership, because I have been in the rental business already, renting one vehicle, and when that vehicle breaks down and the person call you and say, hey, remember you have the money, so what you need to do, you now need to find another vehicle to give them, because they pay you for a service. So one of the risks of having one vehicle and rent it is that, night again guys, yeah, is that you are limited in terms of providing good service, because anything can go wrong with a vehicle at any point in time, right? So if you agree with my advice, you can just say it. So in her case, get a partner, and remember, you don't just pick a partner out of the year, Them have to come to you and you sit and you discuss what you're doing. So can you imagine with one other person coming in that business with another vehicle and she continue to do the same thing that she's doing? Right away, she might see growth, or she can go it herself, form the business, and now go to the lending company like ourselves, get another vehicle. And then now she can rent more than one time for the week because it's a business, right? All right. So that is how we have to look at it. Yeah, this is how we have to look at it. All right. So tonight, again, just for the record, my guest co-host from the listed Jamaica Stock Exchange Company is traveling, is yet to land. Remember, it's COVID time. A lot of things is happening. So we will get back to that. However, as entrepreneurs, we don't sit. We have to do something else. So we're turning it on. So we are saying that in my DM, I am getting a lot of requests as to how do I form a business and what type of business should I be operating. So I gave you 3 situations that requires 3 different business setup. Remember, you can have the hustle and you don't register, remain unregistered. You can operate a sole proprietorship, just you alone, right? Very simple and easy formation by companies' offices if you are in Jamaica. Depending on how fast you want to go, you can form a partnership, and you can also do the 4th thing, which is to create a limited liability company. And the limited liability company, LLC, simply means that none of your personal asset, in case something goes wrong with the business, will be taken over by creditors. That's as simple as it gets. All right? So ask any question you want to ask. That is the primary purpose of the business formation. But the only one that keeps you away from the creditor cannot come and say, well, boy, you owe me and you need to give me everything that you have personally, is a limited liability company, because your liability is limited to the company and not to you as an individual. All right? So it is, as a matter of fact, it is posted on my page, this type of business. So feel free, check it out. All right. 10 minutes, exciting times. Grace Kennedy, GK, conglomerate, different arm, banking arm, insurance, finance, you name it, grocery, you name it, Jamaica, Africa, you name it, UK, you name it. So the expansion of GK over the years and the transition that the head now is done, Senator Don Webby. Now let me share a little secret. And I have this, listen this carefully. The first quarter results that came out for Grace, and this company don't speak about millions. Grace speak only about billion. If it's profits, it's billion. If it's dividend they are paying to shareholders, it's billions. Yes, man. Yeah. Believe it or not. So, profit before tax for Grace first quarter result was $2.5 billion. Yep. Revenue, which means that the sales they have done for the quarter, was $31.39 billion. Wow. Can you imagine? Billions. The profit now after tax was $1.84 billion. Yeah, man. These figures will choke you. The billions, right? And the net profit attributed to shareholders, which simply means that the dividend that the collective shareholding body will receive is $1.64 billion. If they are to pay out that in dividends. Now, do you understand why a company of this magnitude makes billion? They have a good team. They have a good team. Yeah, man. You cannot produce figures like these without a good team. Teamwork. They are well diversified. Remember, as I said, as a matter of fact, today their closing price was $89.89. And I said they are the 5th highest share price on the main market of the Jamaican Stock Exchange. Right? Who beat them? A liquid company like Palace. Well, NCB is fairly liquid, and NCB Financial Group is the most expensive. No, Palace is the most expensive stock at $920. So just in case you don't know, I'm just sharing these things with you. So I want to show you exactly the champion company that Grace is, right? So Palace is $926. Then 2 weeks ago, Guardian Holdings got listed on the Jamaica Stock, relisted on the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and their share price per share is $762, which makes them the second highest. And then we have NCB Financial Group at $140 they close at today. They are the third highest, followed by MPC Caribbean Clean Energy. Most of you would not know that one. Yeah, they are at $127. And Incomes, Grace, the fifth highest price, but yet it is the most liquid. It is the most liquid of the top 5 price shares on this Jamaican stock market. Grace is no ordinary company. Remember, as I said, they only communicate in billions. Their AGM took place just last week. Spanking AGM. Yes, man. And when these AGMs coming around, you know, if you are interested in Money Matters thing, go on the Jamaica Stock Exchange site and look at upcoming AGMs. And you don't, well, you really don't have to be a shareholder. Most of these things are now being done virtual, so you can send the link. You put in your request to be, because it's virtual, right? You put in your request and you will get in, right? So, well, time is going, but I want us to make sure that on every single Money Matters Monday, there is some takeaway. It might not be your favorite topic for the night, but just like how the song said, it's still money we are dealing with, any way you take it, right? We cannot disappoint on any given night. 2 things that were looked at tonight: company formation. So you said, oh, I want to do a business, but you need to know, am I going to do a sole proprietor business? Am I going to do just a trading house? Am I going to do a partnership? Am I going to do a limited liability company? And remember, different documentations are required at each step of the way. In Jamaica, company services, Grenada way, they are there. You go on the site and you check, and you'll figure out exactly what it is that you need. Simple. If it is now a limited liability company, since 2008, you can be the only person to form that company. You can be the only shareholder. However, you would need a company secretary. So it is another form of business, and you still now would have to choose, who am I going to go in business with? Remember, you must know who you're going to enter business with, right? Because you have to safeguard the money after you make it, right? So this is how we look at it. Again, I said we went freestyle, nobody. But remember, guys, when we have the guest co-host, it is specifically for that night. You have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to shoot your questions. Remember, business and Money Matters is extremely important. We've made 2 postings today, and you need to check them out. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Go to the YouTube page. If you are not yet a subscriber, subscribe. We have gone 1 year into this Money Matters, Know Your Money Matters business. So it's another night off. We start on time, we end on time. Thanks for joining tonight. It might not be as exciting as you want it to be, but remember, the most important thing is that any given Monday night that you come to Money Matters, there is some takeaway. So we hope that tonight you are interested in forming a business, you would have gotten something from it, and you'd have also been made aware of the performance of Grace. Their AGM just went by. Alright? We are dead on time. It's 9 p.m. from 8:30 to 9. We will not overdo our time. Good night and thanks for joining. Catch you next week. All right. Well, let me make sure if there's any. Okay, the mindset. All right, guys. Thanks.